you?
Good. How are you? You look cute.
Thank you.
I love the hair. Winter, hi.
How are you? It is so good to see you outside of just the still pictures.
I know. Because the last time we saw each other was at my going away dinner in
That's right.
Houston. And at
Yep.
that time, you were also considering a move to LA.
Yes.
But now we can see you every Friday on OWN's Ready to Love. Winter, I'm so
Yeah.
excited for you. Thank you for talking to us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, I was ready to run to LA with you. I was like, I'm gonna be there. Give me 6 months.
Yes, that's what you said. Yes.
Yeah, but God had other plans for the immediate, but who knows? I still may end up in LA. We'll see.
You're still coming. You're still coming. You're still coming. I know you are. This has been a year of discovery, right? And as we wind down, Thanksgiving is next week. Christmas is a few weeks from now. I have
Hmm.
to ask, because we're looking ahead to 2021, what did you envision for yourself for this year that you did accomplish, or something that you envisioned for yourself and it didn't happen?
Oh, that's a good question. A couple things did happen. I started a couple of new business ventures that actually started making me more money this year.
See?
Which was for me is just a testament of God's grace and willpower, because a lot of people say 2020 is over, we can't make no money, the
Right.
economy.
Right.
Right. And that just wasn't the case for me. Like I, started some new business ventures. I started interviewing for Ready to Love around January. Somebody reached out to me out of the blue. And so after I started the interview process, I was like, this is something I want to do. And that happened.
Wow.
So, those two things have really made this a great year for me, in spite of, this not being the best year overall for the world.
Right.
Those two things really made a big impact in my life. The only thing that I prayed for or wanted that didn't happen was that I wanted to be a millionaire by December.
It's not too late. It's not too
It's
late.
not too late.
You
I
don't
still
know
got a
what
week.
God is going to do in these next few weeks. So
There you go.
look,
There you go.
share a little bit of that with me too. You share a little bit of that with your sister.
Right. I'll send you a nice love offering.
Yes, yes. Before we get into all things Ready to Love, I want to go back, because you're originally from Grand Rapids, right?
Grand Rapids, Michigan. Mm-hmm.
Exactly, but you grew up in Houston. Winter, talk to us about the viewers. Talk to us about what were your career aspirations. What did you want to be when you were small, when you were a little girl growing up? What did you envision for yourself? What did you want to do?
It was two things. The first thing I wanted to do was to be a news anchor.
What?
Yes. So I wanted to be the woman on TV delivering the news, whether that be weather, whether that's the latest crime, whatever. And that was like a big thing to me. And then by the time I got to maybe high school or college, it changed to becoming an investment banker. I don't know. I saw someone who said a woman was an investment banker and she was bad and she had the briefcase. And I was like, okay, I want to be what she's doing. I want to be her.
Right.
And that actually did come to fruition. At Chase Bank, I started as in investment banking, got my investment licenses, did that at a high level, did management in Chase. And so that's kind of the basis of my career. Now it's back to media. It just came full circle.
Full circle. And speaking of Chase, you are an educated and successful businesswoman. You received a bachelor's of science in business from Stephen F. Austin, as well as your master's of business administration. You spent 14 years as VP of JP Chase Morgan, JP Morgan Chase. I'm sorry. You're a published author. You created your own nonprofit, I Am a Pearl, the founder and CEO of Wynter Patterson LLC, former Miss Texas pageant winner. And for those that don't know, you are a minister.
That too. All of those. That's a lot of stuff.
And now you are currently starring on Ready to Love. Wynter.
Right.
Talk about full circle. Talk about 2020 not being the year for some people, but being the year for you. This is such an exciting journey, and I want to talk about all of that. before joining this show, you found love, or you thought you found love, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
you,
thought I did.
yeah, and you went through, you know, a divorce. And I want to ask you, what did that experience teach you about love in itself? And what did it teach you about finding yourself? What did it teach you about
Oh
love, and what did
goodness.
it teach you about finding yourself?
You know what? That experience is probably, I am the most grateful for that experience out of my whole life, other than God blessing me with two really amazing parents. That was just the part of my life that helped me to find myself. What that showed me about love was that love starts within, and I really needed to work on self, is
Right.
what that revealed to me. Because there's something wrong when you feel like toxic is right.
That's good.
You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
something wrong when guilt or shame keeps you stuck in a situation.
Right.
So those are things that once I got out and I look back, I said, okay, I thought this was okay. I felt like going to sleep in a household that was not comfortable was okay. I felt like it's okay to stay in something just because I didn't want to let people down.
Right.
And that just really showed me that I had some lack of self-love in my life. Like I had to really take a hard look at me and a critical look at me, in spite of what my ex-husband did. I mean, he did a lot,
Right.
but what was it in me that allowed that to happen?
Right.
What was it in me that stayed for so long? And so that's where the whole self-love and healing movement like really took flight. I had started writing about self-love and confidence and healing before, but this like just took it to another level. Like I'm able to speak to it from a place of, okay, I rebuilt, I had to start all over.
Right.
And I had to admit where I had went wrong in a relationship, that everyone could point their finger at him. No, what about me?
Right. I love that accountability. Hold on really quick with it.
Okay.
That's on my end. Do you see like a message popping up on your end?
No.
Okay. We're going to continue.
Okay.
What I want to find out from you, dating after divorce, what did that look like for you initially? Were you nervous at all getting back out there? Were you like, did you take 6 months, 3 months? What did that look like for you dating after divorce?
I took a year and a half.
Okay.
I took a year because I feel like, and I'll tell anybody, I feel like after divorce for a year, you crazy. Okay. For at least 12 months, you are trying to figure out, how do I now go from 2 to 1?
Right.
You're trying to figure out, do I want to go back? Do I want to stay? Am I okay? Am I not okay?
Right.
Emotions are roller coasters. Emotions are liars.
Right.
So you almost need a full year to just decompress and recover, to be completely honest. And that's why I don't date guys who haven't been, if they say they was divorced like 3 months ago,
No.
like you got some healing to do, bruh.
Right. Right.
But yeah, so I waited a year and a half, and I finally went out on a date with someone that a friend hooked me up with, one of her coworkers. She said, this guy's really nice, and I think you would like him. And by the grace of God, he was the perfect transition, because he wasn't forceful or pushing things. It was like, hey, I like you. Let's just have a good time. And that's what we did. We had great fun together, and it was a really healing relationship for the time that it did last.
Wow. And what advice would you share with the viewers on getting back out there or dating in purpose, given the times that we're in? What advice would you share?
I would say, number one, take your time. You don't have to, if you've gone through a divorce or even just a bad breakup,
Right.
you don't have to, validate like, I'm okay, I'm with someone else. Like that's really kind of unhealthy, and that's a toxic way of thinking. You should probably take your time. And then the second thing is like really live in the moment. I find women who start dating, and the immediate thing is like, okay, let's get married. Is he gonna be the one? Do he got this? Do he got that?
Right.
Like, how about just enjoy the company of this person? See if you even like them enough to continue that far.
Exactly.
Before you start checking off boxes and Xing them off,
Wow.
That's what I think.
That's good. That's good. So let's get into Ready to Love in this orange dress. So The Last Resort, Ready to Love, The Last Resort premiered on October 23rd. And honey, you walked out there with this orange dress. I think Jay said you were giving him Halle hair, honey. And you know, I used to style you. So this
Yes.
is a different avenue for you that I'm seeing you in, but I'm here for it. And I have to ask you, whose idea was it for you to do the orange dress? Such a bold choice for you.
You know what? I had been told that orange was my color for years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I guess because of low lights, highlights, my hair, I don't know.
Yes.
For years, people would always say orange is your color. And so I knew when the mixer came, I said, I want to wear orange. I just knew, I was like, I want to wear orange. And I was looking, and I ran across that dress and I knew, I was like, this is the one.
Right.
I didn't hesitate. I bought it. I prayed. I said, Lord, please let this fit. And it fit like a glove, but I knew I wanted to wear orange. I love orange. I think orange is such a creative and fun and bold, bright color. And hey, it worked for me.
You killed it. You killed it. Wynter, I'm not sure if our live is stopped because I don't see the people anymore.
I see them. It says it's still people in the room.
Okay,
Y'all, if y'all are there, put your hearts or comments so we know you're still there.
Okay.
There they go.
Okay, good. So, okay, so Wynter, tell me, when you walked out, and then also Ready to Love is normally in Atlanta, so this year it's different because you guys are on a resort and you guys are like quarantined, if you will. That's different than the previous seasons. What did you think of the guys? Was there anyone in particular who caught your eye, who you like zoned in on, like, okay, I think he's maybe the one?
Girl, I thought all 10 of them looked good. I was like, yes. Like, I thought all of them were really good. But what was true to form, you know, reality shows are super edited. But it was true to form that Calfani was the first guy that walked up to me when I walked out.
Right.
And we started talking about working out, and that was like a really cool and instant connection. So that was actually true to form. Like, as soon as I walked out, he walked right up to me and we went off and started having conversations. So, you know, I liked what I saw in all of them. All of them were good looking guys. Did you see? It was no fat, you know, nobody like
everybody
fit
out, and then KG, he just don't wear shirt. I mean, he just keep his shirt open. I said, well, okay,
right. And I'm saying like nothing against, you know, bigger guys or fat guys, but I'm just saying like the guys were so physically fit. Us ladies was like, okay, we need to be doing push-ups in our room or something.
Honey,
so,
y'all were killing it. Y'all look good. Speaking of edited, and you saying that, you know, the shows can be super edited. Were you guys ever put in situations that were like forced? Was there any? What can you tell us?
Okay. You know what? I can tell you that the show, you're going to get real reactions from people. Like, we were in a very crazy environment, dating each other. So you're going to see some real reactions, some real conversations, some real feelings getting hurt. So yeah, you're going to see a little bit of all of that. Like, I feel like, you get some real stuff. You're going to see some real stuff.
Okay, I get that. You can't tell us too much. Was it difficult at all dating on camera? Like, with camera in your face, trying to have a, you know, dialogue with someone and trying to connect with them and the camera's right there. Was that uncomfortable, or did you get used to it after a while?
You kind of get used to it. I'm laughing at some of the comments in here. But no, you actually kind of get used to it because there are cameras with you all day, every day. So you know, you just kind of know that. For me, it's like, okay, I know I want to have a conversation with this guy, and I just know the cameras will be there. So, hey, here it is. It is what it is.
Right.
So you don't forget the cameras are there, but you kind of adjust to it. Now, what you do forget is the microphone sometimes.
Yeah.
That you forget. But you kind of just get comfortable with it. There's always going to be a camera around, and hey, I'm going to say what I got to say because I don't have any other choice.
Right. And Wynter, did you guys tape during the pandemic? Was this taped this summer or this year, or was it taped?
This was this year, yeah. And what we did because of the pandemic, which, you know, was we had to take serious precautions. We were tested very often.
Okay.
And that's another reason why we were on this resort, because we're in, you know, kind of a bubble, a very sterile environment where no one is coming in, no one is going out. Once you get there, you can't leave.
Right.
Until, you know, whatever happens on the show. So it was a very sterile environment. They took very good precautions to keep us safe, and I'm really happy that I did it.
That's good. Did you receive any pushback, like from people, from friends, you know, coming from the church community or coming from, you know, friends and family about you doing a show like this? Because, you know, the reality shows can be subjected to negativity, especially when it comes to Black people and how we're portrayed on camera. Did you receive any backlash?
I didn't. I don't think, you know, I don't know. People don't really approach me like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a lot of people that are comfortable enough to tell me what I need to do and what I shouldn't do. You know, by the grace of God, I don't have nobody that's like that in my life.
Right.
My parents were absolutely supportive. They know, and they also like the fact that it's on the OWN network. So, you know, you're going to get a higher level of quality.
Exactly.
It's not going to be ratchet. So no, my family, my friends supported me. Nobody said anything negative. And, you know, I don't regret anything about the experience.
Do you think shows like A Ready to Love, you know, we hear talk all the time about like Real Housewives of Atlanta and those type of shows. Do you feel like it's a true depiction or representation of dating within the Black community?
It's somewhat. Now, I do like the fact that they really, on our show, they really cast, you know, 30 and up successful people who have things going for them.
Right.
And I think that's a good representation of Black excellence, to see these people who have accomplished things, who, you know, just happen to be single and are ready to find love.
Right. I saw last week's episode where there was this interaction with you and Jay. There's some things going on with you and Jay, and I want to talk a little bit about that later. But I wanted to find out from you, were there any moments within the show in which you were triggered or emotions were triggered and you know, became emotional, where you had to confront like emotions that you have or that you had been dealing with and they've now come up because they've been triggered? Did you ever experience any moments like that throughout filming?
Oh yeah. I think we all, like, I don't think you could have come out of that experience not triggered in some way. Both the men and women, because it's one thing, and then shout out to Najalan. I see you commenting, you got me cracking up over here. So it's you're dating people and you're seeing them date other people. And then, you know, the human communication is flawed, and, you know, you're in this environment. So I think everybody, you can't do this experience and not learn things about yourself and not have something that triggers an emotion in you. So, absolutely. Like, yeah, I was determined to be authentic on this show. That was my thing. Like, I'm going to be myself. I'm going to be who I am, love it or leave it, like it or not. And as a result of that, you know, I wore my heart on my sleeve a few times, and you may witness that.
Right. And you have to be vulnerable, right? And just allow yourself to be. And speaking of learning from this experience, what did you discover about relationships now? Like now after, you know, going through the divorce, you dated, but now you're dating in this experience. What did you discover that you didn't know before about relationships?
That, okay, without saying too much, I discovered, and you already have seen this in the episodes if you watched up until now, it is possible to like two people at the same time.
Right, it is.
And I never thought that. I was like, oh no, you know, how are these people doing it? But it is possible to have an interest in two different people at once. And, you know, that
interest, like, not be married and have somebody. Now, clarify for the folks.
Yeah, no, right. Not once you have stood before God and made a promise. Not that. No, I mean as a single person weighing options is what I mean. Right. As a single person, because if you marry, you shouldn't be. You don't have no more options to weigh.
Preach, preacher.
Okay. But as a single person weighing options, you can, you can like more than one person at once. And that was something that was different because you see me on one episode, I'm like, Anthony, okay, you looking good. Then you see, what did you mention the episode with Jay? And then you also see, me interacting with other people. So it's, that was all new to me.
Okay. Do you think that it's possible to find love on a show like this? Like real
Oh,
lasting love?
absolutely. Absolutely. Like if you got two people where their chemistry is right and they like each other, like why not? Just because the cameras are there doesn't change who I am, who you are, how we connect, how we vibe. Like I am 100% of the belief that you could find love on the show.
Did you find love on the show?
You listen, I don't know. I'm watching every week hoping, like, did I don't know.
Wynter, you're not right. You're not right. You are not right. You're not right.
Oh,
So we'll have to continue watching to find out. But tomorrow's episode, who do you think is going home? Alicia, Denise? What do you think is going to happen? Well, what do you know? You know what's going to happen. What can you tell us about
I
tomorrow?
know. Oh, okay. I'll tell you this secret.
Tell us a secret.
Two women will go home at the end
Oh,
of the episode.
okay.
That's what y'all already know. Tommy told y'all that last week. I can't.
Right, so we know that part. Who do you think those two women will be?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Like I don't know. I'm watching the show with y'all. Like literally, do y'all know? I watch the show when you do. Like when y'all tune in on Friday night, I'm watching like this, nervous. I don't know what they're gonna show. I have no clue. I no clue. I don't know. I
Are
don't
you
know.
ever nervous? Like, well, you just said nervous, but are you ever like, oh my God,
All day.
prepping your mom or prepping like, okay, I don't know what this show is gonna be, this episode is gonna be, but beware. Do you have to do that?
You know what? When I got home, I don't prep my mom before every episode. Now, I'll tell you two things. Yes, we are all nervous on the day of, all of us, because we don't know what you're going to see. I told my whole family when I got back, I said, look, I dropped some F-bombs. I said some things, and I exaggerated, of course.
Uh-huh.
But I told my family, I sent out this crazy mass text like, look, it is what it is. And my family was like, yes, we so excited.
See, that's like the Black family. I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they like, shoot, do the dang thing.
They
So
don't care.
they don't
They're just happy. We all are so happy for you. I'm so excited. You've already shared with us some advice. Wynter, what's next for you? I know you're working on your third book. What can you tell us about the book, and when can we expect it out, and where can we buy it?
So my newest book will be about self-love.
Mm-hmm.
It is pretty much just breaking down like self-love, what it is, and because I think there's a lot of misconceptions. Like I think people believe that self-love is like this state of confidence that you arrive at and you stay there,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not. Like self-love is up and down. It is a constant process of reinventing yourself. It is a constant process of setting boundaries, of forgiving people, of forgiving yourself, of reaffirming yourself. So I really want to teach some principles, because if we get that down, we can heal and bounce back through anything.
And Wynter, how do you practice self-love? How can we use, what tips can we put in our pocket today
Sure.
that we can apply to help us get to that point? What can we do?
Very good question. I think one of the things that you need to do is you need to affirm yourself daily. Affirmations are a way that you rewire your brain and your thought process. And there are certain of us, most of us, who are walking around with these faulty thinking patterns about ourselves. Or we have a situation that that has us thinking a certain way. Maybe there's guilt there, there's some shame there. So affirmations every day, speaking those over your life. If you do it enough and you do it properly, you can change the way that you think, change your circumstance. For instance, someone who is in a constant state of poverty or constantly struggling, there may be some thought processes around money that you need to reaffirm and start affirming daily so that your life can look different. Somebody who's struggling with self-esteem, you know, same thing. Someone with your marriage, like you should be affirming things as it relates to your marriage and your own self-love. So I think affirmations are a big thing. And also gratitude. Gratitude is huge.
I love, ooh, you just, this is why you are the pastor, the author. Thank you for that. Wynter, I also have like a few more questions before I let you go. But before we go to, we're going to play a little game. But what signs should women or even about that? We had
That's okay.
in our ear. Okay. What signs should a woman or a man look for in a toxic relationship?
Oh, I think, you know, one thing to look for is how do you feel? Like, do you feel pain and frustration going home every day? Not to say you won't go through rough patches, because there are going to be some days where you really don't want to deal with your partner. But if it's to the point where you don't have any peace in the relationship, for example, when I was married, when I would drive home from work, all of this would start to hurt. My whole neck would just get stiff and sore driving home. And my body was having a physical reaction to the stress that I was getting ready to walk in through my door to.
Wow.
So you just have to pay attention. How are you feeling? Do you feel low? Are you crying all the time? You know, are you only happy when you away from home and amongst other people? Like, you know, things that I think our body and mind tell us, but we brush it off like, okay, well, it's because of this, it's because of that. But I feel like if you have to pay attention to what doesn't feel like love and light, because God is love and light.
Amen.
And so if you're in a situation where there's no love and no light and you are stressed and hurting and in pain, like it's time to really reevaluate the situation and make some serious changes.
Ooh, that needs to be in the book. That was good.
Wow. It might be. Thank you.
That was really good. Okay, you ready for a game?
I am. Are we already done? I was having fun.
What time is it? It's 3:30. Okay. I mean, we can continue on, honey. Like, we can keep this going. So don't worry. But my notes have run out.
Okay.
My order of interview has run out. So we're on game part now. But we can continue going because I have some more questions for you on this game. What qualities do you look for in a man?
I look for honesty. That's a big one for me. If I find out you lying about small things, to me, you can lie about big things. So I really appreciate honesty. I appreciate a good communicator. Like I really need you not to shut down when you're frustrated or angry. Like I need you to be able to or even if you do let me know, hey, listen, I really can't talk right now. I need a minute.
Right.
You know, so good communicator. Very good sense of humor because I love to laugh. I don't take myself seriously at all. So I need somebody else that's gonna laugh and have a good time with me. I like abs. I like
plenty on this show. So.
I like abs. Yes, I like good communicator, good sense of humor. Hey, David from the show. Good to see you, David from Ready to Love. Abs, respectful, and someone who is ambitious. Like I need to know that you on your hustle every day to do big things and you got big goals and big dreams because I'm gonna keep pressing and I need you to be right there with me pressing too.
I love it. Top 3 deal breakers.
Liars, cheapskates, and man boobs.
Oh, wait.
Yo, don't kill me. I don't like, because I'm like, you can be a heavier guy, but just don't have, because I already got, you know.
Okay.
I got enough for 2. Already.
I got this. No man boobs.
No.
Got you.
You can't be cheap. You can't lie. You can't have the boobs. You can have a stomach though.
A little stomach.
A little, yeah.
People are like going crazy. Okay. Calfani or Jay?
Uh-uh.
You said you want to keep going. We still going. This is
You know what? Both of those guys are so amazing. Both of those guys are really, I like them because they're both really intelligent and they also are very attractive. So who wouldn't want either one of them?
I have to ask. This isn't in my notes. This is off the cuff. But when you said that you didn't want to interfere with Jay because of Joy, that's big of you because you guys are on the show too, you know. But then I saw some people were claiming like this is my man already out the gate. Like, how did that work for you? Like, do we continue to see that evolve in a way? Like, how did that work?
I don't know. But what I will tell you, what I will say is a lot of people, and I don't read the blogs because I can't, like I can't, because people are making a big opinion based on a very limited amount of information, right?
Right.
So I don't watch the blogs, but I did run across a couple where people sent me where people like, why is Wynter backing off? She did, this a love show, she need to do what she got to do, right? A lot of people were like not really feeling me being, torn like that. So I don't know what happens, I don't know. I think it speaks to the nature of who I am. Like I really don't, I don't like to be confrontational or cause conflict if I don't have to.
Right. You don't.
Yeah.
But that's good girl code. But she wasn't your friend at that time. At least I don't think she was. But that was good. Okay. Moving along. So which one, Calfani or Jay? You have to pick.
I can't. They're both so great. They're both really good guys.
What is your idea of the perfect date?
Perfect date
Yes.
would be something where we get to really converse and get to know each other. I like traveling, and people say it's dangerous to go out of town with somebody you don't know, but I would love to do like a really nice like beach date or excursion date, or something where, we get to explore something we both haven't done and we get to talk while we do it and, just do something different.
I love that. Do they have to plan it or would you be open to planning it?
I'd like them to plan it. If it's in the initial stages, it'd be really good if they did. But I don't mind planning a date. Like I definitely have done it before. So I wouldn't be against it.
So how far in the relationship should women plan dates?
It just depends. Like, okay, like I would say maybe for me, I'm a little bit old fashioned. So the first one should definitely be him.
Right.
I'm a little old fashioned. And then after that, it just depends. Maybe the second one, maybe he blew your mind the first one. So you say, hey, this one is on me. Let me put this together. So I really like the man to go first, but it's really up to that person.
And you found love. Well, we don't know if you found love on the show, but there are people that have found love on the show, and there are people that have found love on dating apps, right? What are your thoughts? Have you ever, utilized a dating app like a Hinged or Black People Meet? Have you ever used a dating app to date prospects or to meet guys?
I have.
What was your experience?
I used Tinder before it became crazy.
Okay.
I used Tinder, and I had and it was a while back, and it was fun. I went on a couple dates. Nothing lasting came from it. I tried Hinge during the pandemic because we're stuck inside, we can't go anywhere. How do you meet people? This obviously beginning of the quarantine before the show. And I couldn't keep up with so many messages coming every day. So I deleted the app. I was like, I can't. It's too many people. I can't remember who I'm talking to. I don't even want to deal with this. So I'm not a good dating app person. I don't think. I don't think I have the patience for it.
Would you recommend people, like if this opportunity presented itself for somebody, would you recommend them taking up the opportunity to go on a show like this, Ready to Love, to meet someone?
Sure. Absolutely. Ready to Love is such a classy and well done show.
Mhm.
And as I stated, I can really speak very highly of my cast members. They really are some great people. Like you see my boy David in here supporting me.
Yeah.
Love you, David. He's so cute. Um, so, but yeah, I think why not? Like it's a good show, good people. You're dealing with grown people, and you could actually meet a really great guy
Somebody
or
said
girl.
somebody said I suck at dating apps. So
That's David.
oh, David. So David, okay. David said you suck. Okay. Well, I was gonna ask another question, but I know I'm not gonna get the answer to that. Do you believe in the concept of soulmates?
Absolutely, but I believe it a little differently.
Okay.
I think you have several soulmates in your life.
Okay.
Okay, and a soulmate to me is someone that is specifically designed in your life for a specific time to help change your life in whatever way, positively. Somebody that comes in and destroys everything, I don't know if that would be considered a soulmate. But I feel like there are people, huh?
I said no.
Yeah. But I feel like there are some relationships that were absolutely destined in my life, and I think in the life of many, that you could say, I know God designed it.
Yeah.
I know that was for this specific point in time, whether it went to marriage or not. But there are several that we meet.
Right. I love that. When you look in the mirror, what do you see?
I see a person who is very confident, very driven, very much in love with the God that lives in me, very much working to improve every day.
Yeah.
I am not a person who has arrived. Like I always look at myself like, Wynter, why did you say that? Why did you do that? Why like
Same.
So I haven't arrived at this point of, perfection, but I am a person that is totally committed to trying to help everyone live their best life, no matter what that looks like. Like I dedicate my life to making sure that everyone gets to experience the joy of God and the belief and self-love that I've experienced in the last 2 or 3 years.
I love it. And tell the people who have not watched why they should be tuning in on Fridays on OWN to watch Ready to Love. Why should they be watching?
Yeah, listen, if you guys want to see Black love at the highest level displayed, you should be watching Ready to Love Friday nights at 8 p.m. You are going to laugh. And you're going to see something. I feel like if you watch the show, you're going to identify with each person in some way. Hey, look, Calfani is on here.
Oh,
we were just talking about you.
About you, Cal. But you didn't answer the question. So
I couldn't let him in. Hey, Calfani, Mr. Sunshine.
Oh, wait a minute now, viewers. Did you hear that, Calfani? It was a little E in the voice. Okay.
Listen, I love my castmates. But yeah, so you're gonna see something. You can usually identify with certain people on the show. You're gonna see yourself in a lot of people. You're gonna see some of your own decisions, what you would do, what you wouldn't do. And it's just a beautiful display of Black excellence. So yes, tune in.
And Black love, we love it. Wynter, thank you so much for talking to us today. You are my friend. So look, full disclaimer, you are my friend. I know you. This is my first interview with someone that is my dear friend. So I'm super proud of you. Congratulations on everything that you have going on. I'm supporting you and I root for everything that you do. So I can't wait to find out if it's Calfani or Jay.
I didn't. That is so fun. Girl, I'm looking to find out too. But let me tell you this before you go, Ashley.
Okay,
I so appreciate our friendship. And what I'll never forget is when we first met and you came to style me, you came in and we were talking, you start calling me Wyn immediately.
Yeah.
Do you remember? And I was like, okay. I said, well, I guess this is really my friend because she done already gave me a nickname in 2 minutes.
I did. And you still are Wyn. Look, I love Wynter. I always said it for the nature of this interview, but you're still Wyn. And I love you and I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Love you too. I appreciate you.
Yes, so we'll be tuning in tomorrow and every Friday from here on out to see, because I don't get no tea. You're not giving me no tea, so I got to, tune in to find out.
You got to watch the show.
Gotta watch the show. Thank you so much, my dear. Love you.
Thank you. Love you.
Where is the buzz?
Oh, yeah.
Where is the buzz? You said
We used to be
was
a singer.
mine.
Where is the buzz?
Ooh.